Well, another trail sale has come and gone, and I want to say thank you especially to our knights who put everything together, who collected donations all week, who set up the field for vendors, who served food in the hall throughout, and just made it a successful weekend for us. I know that everyone says that the crowds were lighter than normal this year, but it still seemed like a good turnout, and we're just grateful that we were able to have it at all this year. So thanks again for everyone who helped and supported the trail sale this year, and may God bless you for your generosity. So I will be on vacation this week. I will be here for the morning Mass, but then we'll be gone for the rest of the day. On Thursday, please note that the Mass will be at 8 a.m. instead of 7 p.m., so no 7 p.m. Mass on Thursday. Adoration will follow the 8 a.m. Mass and will continue until Friday morning. The parish office will also be closed next week. On Monday, August 30, Holy Trinity at St. Stephen will be hosting the third family gathering. It will begin with Mass at 6 p.m., where Father Zvig will be installed as moderator. The Mass will be followed by food and fellowship. Again, the Mass will be at 6 p.m. Everyone is asked to RSVP ASAP, and you can do that by downloading and sending in the registration form that you can find in the description below. Now, one of the things that you hear me talking about all the time is the importance of Eucharistic Adoration and the spiritual benefits of spending time with Jesus. Over the past few weeks in the Novus Ordo Mass, you know that I've been preaching about the real presence of Christ in the Eucharist, how we as Catholics, based on the teaching of Christ himself, believe that Jesus is really, truly, and substantially present in the Blessed Sacrament. Eucharistic adoration strengthens and supports our belief in the real presence. It puts our faith in the real presence in action. Because why adore the Eucharist if it's not Jesus? And if it is Jesus, which it is, of course, then should we not want to spend time with him? We have a few spots open for Eucharistic adoration. You can, of course, come to adoration at any time, and you are encouraged to do so. But when the Eucharist is exposed on the altar, there needs to be at least one person present at all times. Ideally, at least two or more, but there needs to be at least one person present at all times. We cannot leave Jesus alone. That's why we need people who can commit to at least 1 hour of adoration every week. And as I said, we do have some open spots. Currently, we need adorers at the following hours: 9 to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. to midnight, and 1 to 2 a.m. Now, I believe that we also need someone from 2 to 2:30 a.m. That can be another person taking that half hour, or the person from 1 to 2 can stay the extra half hour, or we can have one person from 1 to 2 and another from 2 to 3. If you can commit to any of these time slots, please call the parish office. I know that in these busy times, we may feel like 1 hour is a lot to commit, and these late night hours in particular can seem like a challenge. But when I was at the seminary, we had all-night adoration once a month, and I always took one of the overnight hours, 2 or 3 in the morning. It was always so peaceful and quiet, and the sacrifice of getting up and depriving myself of sleep was something that I knew that I could offer to the Lord. And I promise that if you commit to adoration regularly, you will experience the fruits of it. Christ will reward you if you make the sacrifice of your time to spend with him. To that idea of being too busy, it was St. Francis de Sales who said, everyone should pray for half an hour. And if you're busy, you should pray for an hour. Because he knew, St. Francis de Sales knew, that the busier we are, the more we need Jesus. Because the busier we are, the more we have the temptation to forget about him. So when we are busy, we need to be especially vigilant about spending time with the Lord. And in this noisy world, are we not all looking for quiet? And what better way to spend that quiet time than with Jesus? It's good that we make time for Jesus, that we don't just try to squeeze him in like he's another appointment, but that we actually set aside time for him. Father John Hardin said, "The Catholic Church is only as strong as her faith in Christ's presence in the Holy Eucharist." And Eucharistic adoration helps strengthen that faith. It's also a witness to others. When people see you spending time at Eucharistic adoration, they will begin to realize that there's something much more than just a symbol here. They will know that there is something real. St. Maximilian Kolbe said, "When you kneel before an altar, do it in such a way that others may be able to recognize that you know before whom you kneel." Eucharistic adoration also has a way of strengthening our hunger for Jesus. We see him there on the altar, and we are drawn to him, and we cannot wait until we can be one with him in our reception of Holy Communion. In adoration, we look upon him who was slain for us. We remember that his body was given up for us, his blood poured out for us, and we can come to him and say, "Thank you." Now, I can go on and on and on about the reasons for going to Eucharistic adoration. But let's listen to some others who do commit to adoration once a week and let them tell you about why they come.
First, I just would like to say that I've come to realize what a privilege it is to spend time in adoration. And, when you love someone, you want to spend time with them, and you want to spend quality time with them. Adoration really to me is it's pure quality time with Jesus. And I'm able to give him all my cares and my troubles, and it's amazing how restored one feels after spending some time with Jesus in adoration. It's just that simple.
Reasons that I come to Eucharistic adoration, certainly first of all, is the calm that I receive in having time with the Blessed Sacrament. Just recently I had a pretty big upheaval in my life, and the first thing I did was came here and had time in adoration, and just was able to leave so much calmer physically, mentally, spiritually. Also, our Marian catechist instructor, Ellen, had encouraged us to do our lessons during Eucharistic adoration, and that has been such wonderful advice, and I know that I've retained information and just really have grown because I was able to do that during adoration. And I'm just so grateful to the people that come here regularly that have signed up. I've not been able to do that, and I'm able just to come in whenever I'm available, and so that's been another huge blessing with adoration.
I love Eucharistic adoration because I love to be here with Jesus in the quiet. It gives me time to think about my life and how I love him and try to love him anyway. And it's very satisfying and comforting to know that he is there listening and talking to me on occasion. I think I hear him. And I guess that's it.
I enjoy coming to adoration just to draw closer to God. I mean, that's the reason we all do this. There's always a feeling of gladness, joy, and peace. And I'm always happy that I've come. And the times that I'm not able to, I miss it. You know, the heavens don't part or anything like that, but I usually walk away with some little grain of understanding maybe that I didn't have before, and it's a joy.
My reasoning for coming to Eucharistic adoration is because I'm learning to be closer to Jesus. In my younger days, I wasn't as close, and this is such a prayerful operation and a prayerful place to be, and you don't even have to do anything. I don't. I sometimes just sit and I don't do anything. I just listen, hopefully that Jesus will talk to me, and I try and engulf myself in him, not anybody else, empty myself out, and just don't think of anything. Don't be distracted, because I do get very easily distracted, and I want Jesus to help me to get away from that.
Adoration is a great time to be alone with Jesus, so please take advantage of the fact that we have adoration here regularly. Adoration is every Thursday at 8 a.m. until just before the 8 a.m. Mass on Friday, so basically 24 hours. And then every first Sunday of the month after the noon Mass until about 1:30. Well, that's all for now. Please pray for me this week that this will be a prayerful time for me. Know that I will be praying for you as well. God bless you.